And we are live. Let me make sure all my P's and Q's are in order. Let me go ahead and click on this. How's everybody doing? Come in and speak to the chat, of course. Where's your manners? Oh, where's your manners? We're going to have a great live stream tonight. We're going to have a great live stream tonight. John Tap going to cook. What's good after pill? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all see I set up the schedule now. So you can't say, can y'all hear me fine? Tap in if you can hear me fine. Guess what, man? Guess what? I finally got the mic to work. I had to go through some settings and in the iMac and all of this stuff. This is why for the longest I've stayed away from Apple. This is for the longest I've stayed away from Apple because it can't just be plug and play, right? It can never just be plug and play, right? It can never just be plug and play. But I finally found out how to work the mic. Thank God, because I was about to send this thing back. I was going to be like, well, I might as well just operate with the headphones. But yeah, we here, man. We here. Okay, Nick says I hear you. Nick says I hear you. What's going on, Nick? What's going on, everybody who's in the chat? Tonight is going to be a great live stream. I believe everybody needs to hear this, man. I believe everybody needs to hear this. But so tonight is going to be a great live stream, an active live stream, right? As long as y'all make it active, right? We're going to let some more people come on in here. But how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? What's been going on with y'all? How's y'all beginning of the week going? How's y'all's Monday going? How was y'all Monday? How was work? How was y'all's weekend? Right? What's going on with y'all, man? What's going on with y'all? Listen, I'm gonna tell a story while we waiting on everybody to come in here. Everybody always late to church, right? They come in here when I'm preaching. They come in here when I'm midway through preaching, right? They come in here when I'm midway through preaching. They always do it, but it's okay though. We're gonna let them slide. As we keep the live streams going, as I continue to schedule it, more and more people are, show up in a live stream. But people still used to me just dropping the videos, right? People used to me dropping the videos, so that's all they really expect. And the way the algorithm works too, it doesn't always notify, when I drop a live stream. Hell, sometimes it don't even notify when I drop an actual video, right? It really don't. But live streams are something new that I'm implementing, within my video schedule, right? Moy done came through. What's going on, Moy? Great evening. Great evening. Yep. So like I was telling them, Moy, listen, I finally got the mic to work. I finally got the mic to work. I had to go into the settings and all of that stuff and change something around. And now the mic works. Right? How's that mic sound for y'all? How's that sound? Does it sound real prestige? Right? Does it sound prestige? Does it sound real good? John Kennedy, what's going on? Who is this guy? Be Great. Yep. John Kennedy, I thought you got shot. What? John Kennedy, hold up. Oh, John Kennedy. Oh, okay. I was like, what? What kind of outside conversations y'all been having? But anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Guess we go. Everybody in here saying hello. What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you missed the beginning, you can go ahead and hit the replay. I have you can go to my channel and you can look for live replays. So I made a whole playlist for my live videos. If you want to go back and watch it, right? These live videos will be lit. So if you come in here all late, you late to church, you come in here in the middle of me preaching, right? You can always go to my playlist, tap on my channel and go to the playlist, right? And you can tap live replays. But anyway, we got enough people in here right now. Everybody else will slide on through. But y'all already seen the title, so let's go ahead and get started. Dating by race. Dating by race. The hard truth all men need to hear. Let me take a sip of water for this one because I'm about to cook, right? I'm about to cook. So who's first? Who's first? Well, before I even get to talking about black, white, Hispanic, Asian, let's first understand something. Nick says they all took the feminist pill. Yep. But let's first understand something, right? Let's first understand something. What we have to understand is first and foremost, right? As men, you're going to always be looked at as a utility, right? It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, mixed, mulatto, whatever you want to identify as, whatever, two or more races, right? Listen, no matter how you try to flip it and twist it, women expect the same thing out of all of us, right? Women expect the same thing out of all of us. It does not matter. They expect you to get out here and work. You are a utility, right? Let's get that first and foremost. A lot of guys think they just going to be love for them, and y'all are just going to be cuddle buddies, and all of this other shit, right? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. All groups of men, no matter what race, ethnicity, or whatever, all of us are dealing with hypergamy. All of us are dealing with some of the same issues, especially if you stay on the West, in America or what have you. All of us are dealing with the same issue, right? And yep, like John said, women will be women regardless, right? No matter how you try to flip it and twist it. Doesn't matter if you're dating a white woman. Listen, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So we're going to start off. We're going to start off with the men first. Yep, come on in and hit that like button. Right. Astral Dust said I was interracially married for 10 years. The culture seems to matter more than the race, at least some kind of relatable or attraction of cultures. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. But let's start off with the black guys, right? I gotta start off with the black guys, right? Uh let's start off with the black guys. Um there's been first and foremost, there's been a uh trend towards for the past 10 years, and some of this has always been here, right? There's been a trend lately, especially with the younger generation, towards black men, right? I've been noticing this. So I've seen video after video. I've also experienced this in person, but a lot of black men now are getting a lot of attention now, right? And not saying that they didn't before, but it's more it's more noticeable now, right? You'll have when you see these street interviews and things of that nature, you'll see a lot of these chicks, right? A lot of these chicks, they'll be asked, "What is your type?" You know, what would you go for, right? And you'll see, white women, Hispanic women, for the most part, a lot of them will say, "Oh, I want me a black man." Right? I want me a black man, but I'm going to explain to you guys why this phenomenon is happening. Foremost, black men, first and foremost, are not looked at as being at the top of the economic food chain. First and foremost, right? We got to get that out the way. Black men on a societal standard. Listen. I'm not talking to you if I'm not talking to you, right? If you top of the food chain, listen. I'm not talking to you. But overall, black men are looked at as not being at the top of the economic food chain for one reason or another. We don't have to really dive deep into the history and all that stuff. We understand, and then some things are self-inflicted as well. We don't have to really, dive that deep into it. However, as of late, with the entertainment industry, right? And I'm also including, NFL, NBA, right? Actors, singers, and you have the rise of business personnel in a black community as well. But however, what some of y'all got to understand is black men are highly fetishized. This is the truth. Black men are highly fetishized, right? Oh, let me back it up a little bit. And you have some prominent people who put it at the front of the masses too, right? So I would say for my generation, I would say the swing went towards when Kim K started dating uh, Kanye, right? From my perspective, as long as I've been alive, what I've witnessed, I've seen a swing when one of the most popular women in the world, especially at her peak, right? Was dating Kanye West, and they had the mulatto kids, right? The mixed kids, right? Ever since then, right? Every time, and like I said, usually with some of the younger generations, millennial Gen Zs, a lot of these, white girls, Hispanic girls, they want to have mixed babies, right? It's been popularized, right? And that's just what it is. And you got to understand too. We got to understand the stereotype. Well, I don't know about for y'all, but it ain't a stereotype for me. It ain't a stereotype for me, but y'all got to realize we carry the stereotype of having the big digging stick, right? Moore says Kim is technically black or Middle Eastern. Yeah, but let's be real. She would be considered white passing or what have you, right? But uh a lot of the women, they want to experience, and not even just the big digging stick, pause, no diddy, right? It's also being able to please a woman, right, in bed. A lot of women are judging black men based on being able to please a woman in bed, and unfortunately many black men wear this on their shoulder, right? A lot of black men wear this on their shoulder instead of holding accolades on your shoulder, instead of holding academia on your shoulder, instead of holding intellect on your shoulder. A lot of black men like to hold that on their shoulder. Yeah, I can bust a bitch down. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I made her fold and all that. A lot of black men wear this on their shoulder instead of holding, getting money, getting out here and being the best possible version of yourself. Not saying all, but that seems to be the what can I say, a cultural norm, right? A cultural norm. More says Gloctavius be like that, right? Yeah, but yeah, as far as black men goes, yeah, we hold the trope of having the big digging stick, right? being uh being able to sexually please your partner, right? And believe it or not, a lot of women go for it, right? Especially Gloctavius, right? Nick says Gloctavius actually a name. No, that's not actually a name, but it is the name used for a YN basically. Now I explained what YN was back then, a couple streams ago, right? Said, "Hey, Snap, Latinos get no love in that department." Yeah, I've heard about y'all Latino, man. And Moy, correct me if I'm wrong, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do a lot of Latino men be hating on black men for some of that stuff, right? Do a lot of Latino men be hating on black men for those kind of reasons? Correct me, because this is what I'm hearing on the street. Moy says no. Well, you're Dominican, right? Nah, see, the Dominican Republic don't count, right? Dominican Republic don't count. Dominican Republic don't count. They consider y'all. They consider y'all really mostly Morenos, right? They consider y'all mostly Morenos, right? But word on the street is, especially a lot of the Mexican men and other men, they be hating for those kind of reasons. Astro said, my Belgium friend has dated in Africa, but he's a bit less comfortable in America. For one, he's from the French side, and many countries also speak French here too. Okay, but um, and also and also, yeah, Dominicans are more mixed with African, indigenous, European, right? But and also you got to realize, especially if you're a tall, handsome, black man, a lot of women expect you to be, almost celebrity status, right? If you listen, if you are a short, ugly, unattractive, broke black man, that probably can go for anybody. But you get no love. You get absolutely no love. If you're a black man, you have to be tall, right? I think the short kings of any other race get more love than a black man who's short. If you're a black man who's short, you listen, you're out of luck almost. You're out of luck. You can't be a short black man at all. It don't match. It don't match because a lot of women, they look at black men as they want black men to have the higher end of the genetic pool, which for the most part, most black men. I don't see too many short black men, but um, black men can be short, right? And they expect you to. And this is what I noticed too. Me not being the Glocktavius archetype, right? The Pookie archetype. I notice a lot of Hispanic women, a lot of white women. I guess they expect me to be, you know, I guess the Glocktavius type, right? The Pookie type, because honestly, that's who they're used to seeing, in the media. That's who they're used to seeing, online. Those are the kind of black men that they're used to seeing on screen, right? So if you're some kind of uh well-spoken black man, and I speak both, I speak the king's English, the queen's English, and I also speak Ebonics, right? I mix them up, right? But I speak Ebonics and I also speak, the King's and Queen's English. But a lot of them, they expect you to be almost like the rapper type. So this is why, honestly, and then too, a lot of black men dealing with black women, you know, and this is really a lot of men's downfall, especially in the black community, because I told y'all this before. Women create the culture, right? Women are really the ones who dictate what happens in any culture, right? If the woman at large say that, okay, we want rappers and entertainers, guess what? The large majority of men are going to try to what they're going to try to achieve to, right? They're going to try to achieve towards the rapper look, right? They're going to try to achieve the entertainer, right? Because they see who men see who are getting the hoes, right? Men see who are getting the women in large. So if men see, oh, the rappers with the gold chains and the diamonds in their teeth, they're the ones who getting all the hoes. Well, guess what? That's who men are going to achieve to be. That's who the young men are going to achieve to be, right? If they see a bunch of engineers and doctors, right? Migo said that's why suburb dudes act like YNs. Yeah. And now I'm even seeing, suburban white dudes, take on the YN archetype. And I'm like, bro, what is going on out here? John says women today reward bad behavior. Yep, absolutely. And now today, status matters more than anything. That's why when you see some of these street interviews, women flock to that camera, man. Women flock to that camera, right? And listen, if you're a black guy, with no status, you probably shit out of luck. You're shit out of luck. But I need black guys to understand that, you're fetishized to a certain extent, right? A lot of women want to get with you because they want to experience being with a black guy, right? Y'all gotta understand history, especially with white women. White women for the longest, interracial relationships has just became legal, what, around 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So you got to understand, and this always has happened, right? It has always has happened, back when, the African was enslaved, you know, white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes, she's sneaking out to the slave yards. Do, 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 right? Then to find out that the slave master get to looking at that baby, he looking at that baby like, hmm, let me hold it out. Let me hold it out in the sun a little bit. This ain't, I don't think this my baby, right? He don't find out until the baby here, right? So this has always happened, but you got to realize, black men have always been, the type of like, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, don't, no, me no blackie, nope, don't date black men, nope, mm-mm. So it's always been it always been seen as no, don't, and we know what happens when, you tell kids, hey, don't go over there, right? Kids go over there. So for the longest, it has been, kind of, red X. But now, of course, with women being more free and being able to make their own decisions and being able to do what they want to, right? A lot of women, especially back then, millennials, maybe Gen X, even maybe, they want to experience that black D, right? They want to experience, black men. So you got to realize you've been always, been the, don't go over there. Right, the no, especially women who probably never grew up, white women, who probably never grew up in a, a multiracial environment, or, they went to a, predominantly white school, and they probably never seen a black guy. They've only seen black guys on TV, in the media as rappers, singers, entertainers, athletes, and stuff like that. So they want to get a feel on what that black D is like. So yes, to a certain extent, you are fetishized, right? Because you aren't looked at typically at the top of the economic food chain, right? So they're not. Many women are not really dating you for that per se. But here's the caveat, though. Here's the caveat. If you are that top 20, if you're in the top 10%, 20% as a black man, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. CA says a black guy has to be a superstar to get other races of women. Right. At least the top of the line. At least the top of the line of other races of women. See, that's why we see some of these black guys out here with slopalopasauruses, right? And if they are dating interracially, they have a slopalopasaurus, right? They have a fat white slopalopasaurus. And I'll just be shaking my head. I'm like, bro, these ninjas out here, man. These ninjas out here. And but yeah, you are right to a certain extent. But yeah, you have to be top of the line as a black man to get, the top of the food chain type white women. Definitely. Right. And to a certain extent, top of the line for top of the line for all races of women, really, right? Because black women won't even date you if you don't have all your P's and Q's together. Right? Black women want a finished product. So you can't even get the top of the line black women as a black man anyway, right? Because black women are also looking for the top of the line. They, like I said, they're looking, black women, they want those entertainers, Glocktavius rappers, athletes. They don't usually go for the business oriented black guys. That's why you see uh black entrepreneurs, or black engineers, black attorneys, black doctors. You probably will see them, and you'll see them with black women here and there, but that's why you see them typically with other women, right? Because if they built themselves up and they went to certain schools, went to law school, went to medical school, 9 times out of 10 they're probably not even around a bunch of black women, and definitely not the ratchet type either. So if they're doctors, if they're attorneys, right? A lot of times, they'll go for other women. They built themselves up, to that extent. And those are the women who are around anyway. And they were the women who, probably met them in college as well. And they stuck around, right? They stuck around and watched them grow. Right. They built them up, or, tagged along while they built themselves up, and they got the finished product while they were building. And he ended up marrying that woman. But black women, they don't stick around, right? Not saying all, but for the most part, black women want finished products. They don't want to wait around, right? So yes, but what I was saying previously, but here's the caveat: if you are a top 10, top 20%, as a black man, right, you have all races of women chasing after you, all of them, right? That's the caveat. If you're top 10, top 20, because one, you got to think you're rare. You're rare. Because for the most part, you'll see more, you in America, definitely, you'll see more white men, or Asian men in the top 10, top 20% of men, right? You'll see more of them, right? But if you're a top 10, top 20% of a black man, right, you're already rare. And then, women already have, that sexual fetishization, you know, for you in the first place, right? They'll go ahead and scoop you right on up, right? They'll scoop you right on up. Let's read some of these comments. Nick says, in America, every time I go out in public, majority of people are overweight or look like they're dying, or both. Yep. Yep. Astro said, my wife was Guatemalan and Dominican. I wouldn't change anything in that experience. It was amazing. We're still good friends. I guess it's just complicated. Yeah. CA says, as a black man, if you date black women, you got to wear multiple hats. Square at work, rapper, athlete, trapper, street vibes, and drip outside of work. Yep, you got to wear multiple hats, man. Trey says top 10 in what income? What do you mean top 10%? Top 10% in America income. In America, we're talking about America, the West, typically. We're talking about fat Americans. Yeah, see. But yeah. As a black man, you probably got to wear multiple hats. Middle level to lower level white women, they want you to be the typical stereotypical black guy, right? Tyrone, or freaking rapper, vernacular, and all that type stuff. But if you're an attorney, doctor, top, upper echelon type black dude, you do have the pick of the litter, when it comes to all women, right? And definitely, white women, as a top of the line, upper echelon black dude, you can choose top of the line, white women or other women, right? Anybody disagree? Anybody disagree? So let's bring up some pictures. Let's bring up some pictures real quick. Let's bring up some pictures. This is a perfect one right here. Let's see. See, can I bring up this picture? Okay. Yep, I'm gonna share your screen right here. See, this is right here. This is the corporate. This is the corporate black guy right here. Show y'all this. And next up is white guys. We gotta talk about the white guys too. Let's see. So this is the corporate black guy right here. Right? This is the corporate black guy. This is the guy who can get, the suburban white woman. He's dabbled with black women, but can't seem to find, the traditional feminine, right? Nice to be around. He's tried, but he can't find that black woman, right? And a lot of black men, they'll try, especially when they get to these upper echelons, they'll try to date black women, but it just never works out because you got to realize a lot of black women, you know, or black people in general, were raised in single mother households, right? And I've said this before, but it's easier for a male to recover. It's easy because life is gonna teach a man a lot of things, right? So it's easier for a man to get out here in life and learn how to be a man, right? If he gets around the right people, if he gets around learn the right life lessons, he can turn around quickly. But usually with women, if they didn't have that fatherly figure in their life, if they didn't have any guidance, typically they're done, right? They're usually done by 14. If you couldn't get, that young girl while she was 13, 14 years old, then it's over with. They're already stuck because most women already have, they never really grew up mentally in the first place. Most of them are still stuck, in at 16 years old mentally, right? So a lot of black men they try to date, the black women, right? Even the corporate black women, but a lot of black women have that chip on their shoulder, right? They wear that whole independent hat. Oh, I don't need no man. I can do bad all by myself. So, a black man who got into this position. Oh, I haven't even showed it. It wasn't even off the screen. My bad. There we go. I thought I was showing it the whole time. My bad. But this is the corporate black guy right here. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. This is the corporate black guy right here. So that's what I was saying the whole time. So Migo said something important right here. The corporate ones want YNs too. Absolutely right. And that is the reason why the corporate black guy, he goes for the white women, he goes for the Latino woman, he goes for the, try to get with the Asian woman, right? That's why he goes for, those women, right? Because he tried. Googly, I haven't seen you around. Hey bro, 1 p.m. in Sydney. Shout out to Sydney, Australia. Shouts out to Australia. No, I'm not leaving out. I'm not going to leave out the Latinos. No, I'm not leaving out the Latinos. I'm not going to leave out the Latinos. But this is the guy. This is the guy who he has to marry a white woman typically. And here's the thing too. If this guy usually get with a black woman, right? 9 times out of 10, she probably carry that independent hat, and it's not going to work out too well. It's not going to work out too well. Vegeta says, "So black women are the problem." Hmm. Well, since you put it that way, since you put it that way, right? Migo said that guy could be making 100K plus and still be struggling. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But what who said that? Migo, I think Migo said that, but he said that the corporate black woman want YNs too. See, that is the problem. That's what I just spoke about, right? That's what I just spoke about. The black woman, they want like I said, they want the entertainers, they want the rapper archetypes, right? I even seen something on YouTube called thug maxing. Have y'all seen that? I've seen thug maxing, right? Thug maxing, insane. So we're just like looks maxing and body maxing and stuff like that. You got dudes out here teaching how to thug max, right? And now, especially younger generation now, even them, whether we're talking about white women, Latino women, other women, now they're even leaning into oh, I want the rapper type, or I want the athlete type, and things like that. They don't usually get to this guy. They don't get to the corporate guy until later on, right? Most women nowadays, they don't realize that they're messing up until it's too late. They want Mr. Corporate guy, like, well into their 30s, well into their 40s. Then they want to see, oh, he has security, maybe he's not trying to play games and run through women like the rappers and the trappers and the playboys and all of them. Now they want this guy, Mr. Corporate, right? Now they want the corporate guy. Moore says, why do they want to be thugs? That's not noble. But it's because of social media, man. Who gets all the attention? You gotta understand more. Who gets all the attention, right? Who gets all the attention? The athletes, the entertainers, right? Especially if you're black, the athletes, the entertainers, right? The rapper archetypes, right? The thugs and the thug wannabes. They're the ones who get they're the ones who get all the attention. So guess what? You have young guys seeing it. It doesn't matter if they come from a good household or whatever. They're seeing that, and I'm like, oh, that's who all the girls want, right? They're seeing, okay, all the girls want these type of guys. So maybe it's just like it's the same thing with looks maxing. It's the same thing with body maxing. It's the same thing with money maxing. The same concept, right? People are body maxing because it's like, oh, the girls want the guys with the chiseled bodies. It's the same thing. Yep. John says they all want LeBron and Tupac. Exactly. They want LeBron. They want the LeBron and Tupac mix. That's what they want. So you got to realize, young men, especially, they're seeing this, especially Gen Z men. They're seeing all the influencers, right? They're seeing the YouTubers. They're seeing, the athletes and all of this stuff. They're seeing this. Even the white guys, the Latino guys, the black guys. They're seeing the same things, right? They're seeing the young white women. They're seeing the young white woman Kaylee's, right? They're seeing all the Kaylee's go for the dread head, the Tyrone, right? So, you got Chad, Brad trying to turn into Chad, right? And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, black men, like everybody, everybody has their thing. Everybody has their thing. So definitely, like I said, these past 10, 15 years, I've definitely seen a more of a swing towards black men, especially the Glocktavius type, right? And like I said, if you blessed enough to get into the top 20%, top 10% of black men, you're definitely rare and you will have your pick of the litter from all races of women because you are rare as a black man in the top 10, top 20% of men. That's why they want, the rappers and the athletes and the entertainers, right? And even, business entrepreneurs, they have their pick of the litter too, right? So I hope I explained that well, right? I hope I explained that well. They do look at black men as, sexually, as sexual fetishes. And that's been throughout history, right? They get hot for black men. They do. Most women get hot for black men. And that's why you'll see typically, especially if he's not doing good economically, right? If he's not doing good economically, most white women, most Latina women, they wouldn't marry that black guy, right? Typically, if you see a white woman or a Latina woman, if they do marry a black man who's not doing well for himself, it's usually because they probably came from similar backgrounds, right? They probably came from similar backgrounds. They probably came from a lower middle class, family, just like that black guy. So, they have similar experiences, right? They have similar experiences. So, like minds get together, right? Like minds get together. So, that'll be a time that you see that. And let's see, let's take a look at Glocktavius, right? Nick said, what is a Glocktavius? What is Glocktavius? Well, Nick, let me show you what Glocktavius look like. Let me show you what Glocktavius look like. Let me show you what Octavius look like. Ooh, man, this is funny right here. This is funny. Let me share this screen real quick. Now, Nick, you paying attention? You paying attention, Nick? Now, this is Octavius right here. Let me put this up. Now, this is Octavius. Right here. This would be considered Octavius. Yep. There you go. Right in the flesh. Octavius. That's Octavius right there. And best believe him as a multi-millionaire, rapper. Best believe he has his pick of the litter of all women. Looking like he look. Looking how he look. He has his pick of the litter from all women. Best believe it. Best believe it. He can screw your mama, right? He can screw the teacher, right? He can screw the nurses, the attorneys, and he's done it. He's done it. Face tattoos and all. He's done it. John says the lunch lady. Yep. That's Octavius, ladies and gentlemen. And women of all races will throw themselves at him. I've seen this shit live in the flesh. Right. And this is who a lot of black women, that's who they want you to be. They don't want you to be, educated. They don't want you to be, have accolades, right? Academia accolades. They don't want you to be that kind of guy. They don't want you to be the corporate guy I just showed you. They want you to be this, Octavius. Octavius. Seth, we're gonna get to it. I'm talking about black men right now. We're gonna get to the white guys. But even some of the younger generation white girls, they'll go for this type instead of the well-spoken, educated black dude because it's corny. It's corny. It's corny until they get to 26, 27, 28, 30 years old. Right? It's corny until they reach the age where now the time is ticking. Right? The time is ticking. And then they'll try to get with the corporate black guy. Right? And truth be told, a lot of black guys, they don't be having no standards. They don't have no standards. Right? That's why you'll see a lot of them with fat sloppaloposaurus. Right? And shout out to the black guys who walk around with a nice 10-piece nugget on their arm. Shout out to y'all, but a lot of black men be going out bad. Just like that video I made I did a review on. Right? The dude proposing. Right? She looked like she could have ate him. She looked like she could have ate him. They walk around with sloppalopasauruses. Right? Right, exactly. You said something crazy right there. Yep, that's the truth right there. Yep, Urkel raises Octavius kids. Absolutely, exactly. So you got some black men who be going. They go out bad. They'll get the white girls that the white community don't want. Right? They'll get the white girls that the white community don't want. The sloppaloposaurus, the country bumpkin sloppaloposaurus. in bumfuck Kentucky somewhere, right? They don't get top of the they don't get usually don't get top of the line because they're not economically top of the line, right? Now, unless like I said, you're well put together. Now, I've seen, depending on where you at, I've seen plenty of black guys clean up, get some of the top of the line blondes, top of the line Latinas. I've seen it. I've seen it done. But those usually black guys who are doing well for themselves, right? They're tall, they're in shape, right? They drive nice whips, they take good care of themselves, making some decent money, right? Yeah. Malcolm said our society is a wreck. Yeah, yeah. That's Gloctavius, ladies and gentlemen. This the archetype. This is the archetype that even suburban kids try to reenact right here. Yep. But Tiger Woods didn't start getting his pick of the litter until he really became Tiger Woods. See, because he was corny. He was corny. Even the white girls don't want corny. Listen, white girls will go for Gloctavius too. They'll go for Gloctavius too. They even if they come from suburban households, conservative households, dad in the house, mom in the house, they'll let Gloctavius fuck the shit out of them. They'll let them fuck the shit out of them. They not gonna marry Gloctavius, of course not. Daddy'll throw a goddamn fit. Don't you goddamn bring that goddamn boy around here. Don't you goddamn bring that goddamn tatted up monkey boy over here. Don't you goddamn bring that goddamn boy over here. Said daddy would disown her quick bringing that boy around. Don't you bring that goddamn boy. See, yep, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is a great example. Let's pull up a picture of Michael B. Michael B. Jordan for those who you don't know. See, Michael B. Jordan, and he's talked about this. He more has that clean cut look, right? He has that clean cut look, and I've always remained clean cut as well. I've never been into tattoos. I've never been into any of that. I've always kept a clean cut, nice fade. I can't grow a beard, so that didn't matter. But I've always stayed clean cut. But that's because I know clean cut gets you into the door that unfortunately, dreads and things of that nature, more ethnic looks, can't get you in. Right. So I've always stayed clean cut for some of those reasons alone. Right. And you as a black guy, you kind of got, social, stigmas, on your shoulders. So you kind of carry yourself, more pristine, right? You gotta look the look, right? You can't be walking in there looking like a Young Thug and 21 Savage, right? But yeah, Michael B. Jordan is a perfect example of that nerdy dude that girls didn't accept, right? Especially black women. Black women didn't go for Michael B. Jordan when he was younger. Let's see if we can find a younger picture of Michael B. Jordan, right? Young Michael B. Jordan. I guess this was him right here. Young Michael B. Jordan. I think I seen another picture of him like in school or something. I think this one he was acting. I believe he was in The Wire, right? I believe he was in The Wire. But anyway, but now that he's who he is now, like all the women want him, right? Even white women would consider him nerdy, right? That's just the crazy world we live in. Even white women would consider him nerdy, right? All women want him now because he is now who he is now, right? Now he can have his pick of a litter of all women. He can get the finest white woman, he can get the finest black woman, he can get the finest Latino woman, he can get the finest whatever woman he want. He can get whatever woman he want now, right? And this is what I mean too when I say that, the the swing has swung in a lot of black men's favor, especially because the last few decades, entertainment, we've seen more and more uh black actors, entertainers, and you know, more black men rise in the ranks who have that clean cut look, that attractive, attractive jaw lines, right? Attractive, facial features that will be deemed, socially masculine, and that most women overall would consider, upper echelon genetics. So when you see people like Michael B. Jordan and other guys too, Chadwick Boseman, those type of guys, clean cut guys, right? Now we're seeing, okay, we're seeing more, white women or other women who like, okay, I can date that kind of guy, right? Those are the kind of guys you will see in more corporate environments, right? Okay, he's safe, right? And white women usually do go for the safer bet because they've been taught to go for the safer bet, right? So this is considered a safer look, right? And they'll go for that. He looks safe. He looks, approachable. He has the attract, like I said, the attractive genetics, right? So now we're seeing the pendulum swing, in black man's favor, socially now, right? John says Drake. Jimmy, I don't know what you mean. Jimmy, yep. I mean, that's basically what I'm saying, Jimmy. That's basically what I'm saying. He became a little more on a universal. That's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. So you know, this look, this clean cut look, as a black man has been pushed, universally, right, to be accepted, culturally, universally. That's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, but you're right, Jimmy. That's basically what I'm saying, though. Yeah, if you just now joining, you might have to catch the replay. Catch the beginning, right? Smash that like button. I appreciate that, more. But yeah, this is a kind of black guy who can clean up. He can clean up, clean cut professional black man. They can clean up, right? You got a good job. You're making some great money, decent money, right? You dress up, you wear a button down, clean cut. Yeah, you can clean up. You can clean up with most women, right? You clean up with most women. So that's black man for y'all. That's black man for y'all. So now we already talked about black men. We already talked about how, most women, even black women, they want to, they sexually, they have sexual fetishes for black men. Black men do have that sexual fetish chip on their shoulders. Black men are looked at as having the big D, right? Pause, no diddy. They looked at as, being able to please women sexually, right? And that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? All races of men, they have a thing, right? They have a thing, and no, and with the access to social media and corn and OnlyFans, what usually are the men that you see, um with these OnlyFans girls, right? Right? They'll be boasting BBCs. They'll be, you know, they'll be advertising BBCs. Oh yeah, I want a BBC, and they'll be listen. The rabbit hole goes deep. Rabbit hole goes deep. I've even been called by other guys, like some white guys and this Latino guy, right? I've been called Mr. BBC. I'm like, bro, are y'all serious right now? Like they were like, yeah, we know you got the BBC. Yeah, we know you got the BBC. And I'm like, bro, how homo can y'all get? Pause, no diddy. Come on, bro. Did y'all really say that out of your mouth? I would never in my life say to another man, I know you got that. I know you got some in your pants. Oh, bro, pause. Pause. What are y'all talking about? So you got to understand, like, you know, white men and other men have digested this to a great extent. To a great extent. To the point where BBC is like you know, it's a it should be in the urban dictionary at this point. Malcolm said it's very cringe, actually. Yeah, it's very cringe. It's very cringe. Yeah, I know you got the BBC. I'm like, bro, chill. Pause. Actually, super pause. Actually, go walk off a cliff for even saying that. Never in my life would I be like, yeah, I know he packing. I'm like, bro, what? But anyway, now we on to white guys. White guys, white guys, white guys. Moy says it's immature. So yeah, it's very immature. I work in blue collar, so a lot of the guys are immature. A lot of the guys are immature. Uh, Boss, you made a great point. In an over sexualized world, they're forced to think about it. Yep. Now that we're on to white guys, should only be human. Nobody should attack somebody with that nonsense. A little true, but it's stupid. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And so now that we're on the white guys, we got to understand that, uh, especially on social media is kind of like is we've been seeing a turning point to where, you know, you see any kind of interview, any of these street interviews, you ask a lot of these chicks, you know, a lot of them, you know, you do see your answer, you do see answers where, you know, I want tall guy, white guy, blue eyes, finance. You know, y'all heard the saying. Yeah, I want a tall white guy, blue eyes, and all that stuff. Yeah, you do hear that. But then, you know, what they're usually pushing on social media, Nick says white guy time. But what you usually see on social media is this push towards white women having a thing for black men, which we already talked about the history and all that stuff, right? But you're seeing a swing, especially with the younger white girls, towards, you know, we're seeing a push towards, for whatever reason, you know, there's always some undercover reason, some undercover propaganda, you know, that we probably not talk about on this stream, but there's always something undercover. Listen, somebody's pressing a button for sure, but we're seeing a large swing towards, you know, white women, you know, be more interested, especially sexually and, you know, dating wise, you know, into black men, especially with the younger white women, and you know, especially younger white men, you know, they have a chip on their shoulder about this stuff. And I've actually talked to, you know, especially younger white dudes at work, and you know, we've talked about these kind of things. And you know, I was talking to one younger white dude, and he was just like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. He was like, you know, like some of these younger white dudes, they'll, you know, they'll make like, you know, racist jokes, and you know, you know, leaned more towards being racist, not because they're actually racist, quote unquote, not because they're actually racist, but because, you know, for whatever reason, they feel like a large majority of their generation of women only like other guys, only like black guys, right? Only like black guys. And, you know, I don't really know that to be true. But if you're on social media heavily, you will see a large push towards that. Like I said, for whatever reason. So me and him were talking. And he was like, yeah, he was like, he literally told me this. Lie to you not. This was like a few months ago. He was like, bro, he was like, every single white guy friend that I have that is, you know, our age, they have told me about a black guy that has either took their woman or fucked their woman. I lie to you not. A lot of you not. And he was like that's why they start being racist and things of that nature. A lot of you, this is exactly what he word for word, that's what he told me. He said many of the younger white guys that he knows, he said that their girl was either took by a black guy or either fucked by a black guy. And they didn't like that shit. That's what he said. And I can't go off of just one person's statement. I can't go off the make a whole conclusion based on one person's statement. But this is what he said. Right. So a lot of white guys, especially, younger side, of white men, they're saying the same thing we're all seeing, right? John said they've been blacked after pill. And you want to know what's crazy? I believe I seen a stat, and the highest watchers of BBC porn, right? Corn, I meant the highest watchers of BBC corn is white men. I'm not saying y'all. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying from what I've seen, right? Some of the highest watchers, right? Pornography, right? So we got to understand too, a lot of white men got a chip on their shoulder too about not matching up sexually, right? Not being able to sexually satisfy um the woman, and you know say, hey man, don't hate. What more says, hey man, don't hate because we got a little golden in our skin tone. Wasn't our choice, fellas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Malcolm said, how would they know? I mean, listen, I'm just telling you what he told me. I'm just telling you what he told me. What he told me. Um, but yeah, we gotta understand that, even white men got a chip on his shoulder too, about trying to measure up. I mean, I've been in rooms to where you can tell other men were trying to size you up for one reason or another, right? And I hang around some white guys, and listen, some white guys that make like little, like I said, that with that other joke. Yeah, he definitely got the BBC. He definitely got the BBC. Right? They'll make like certain jokes, and you can tell it comes across like insecurity, right? It comes across as an insecurity, right? Why are we talking about another man's Peter Whacker? Why are we talking about another man's Peter Whacker? Right? Why are we even making a joke about another man's Peter Whacker? To me, that's a little suspect. That's a little pause, no diddy. But like I said, these things that they're pushing in social media, when you talk about, blacked, right? That's now a joke now. Oh yeah, she's definitely been blacked. She's definitely been blacked, right? Or certain racial jokes you'll hear, like, if you see a pretty white woman dating a black dude, they be like, yeah, her father failed her, things like that. Y'all know what jokes I'm talking about. Y'all know what jokes I'm talking about. But let's kind of rewind it a little bit. So white guys, you absolutely do have the listen. What a black man has to do, a white man doesn't. And let me explain. Let me explain. See, usually for black men, since we're not looked at as being at the top of the economic food chain, right? We have to really put in work to really get, the best women, right? Especially, long term, partners, right? Yeah, black men can fuck, all, races of women, right? A chick, a Becky, on a Las Vegas trip or a Miami trip, yeah, she'll pick out that black dude and don't care about his economic status, right? But typically, to get the top of the line type chicks, usually, black dudes, they have to be well off economically to get the top of the line women. White guys, that doesn't necessarily go for y'all all of the time. That doesn't necessarily go for y'all all the time. I've seen average white guys clean the street. So y'all got to realize y'all have listen. Let's talk about it. Y'all have history on y'all side. Y'all have colonialism. The whitewashing of the globe. Listen, we can let's talk about it. Y'all do have that on y'all side, right? Y'all do have colonialism on y'all side to where y'all can go in many places and clean up. Y'all can go to many, believe it or not, y'all can go across the globe and clean the street, right? White dudes who are into black girls, they usually can get the top of the line black women. Top of the line black women. I've seen average white dudes. Let's pull up an average white dude. Let's pull up an average white dude. I've seen average white dudes clean up. And average white dudes can also get the top of the line white chicks too. They can. Average white dude. Let's see an average white dude. Let's see. It's a good picture. Oh, it's on X. Come on, man. That's not what I'm asking for. Give me what I'm asking for. Give me what I'm asking for. Let's see. Okay, let's share this. This guy right here. This guy right here. Most of these guys that y'all probably see on the screen right here can clean up. Right. And I know the things are changing, once upon a time, um, and still is to this day, white is seen as right. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Right. So you kind of, you having, things change a little bit, even with women as well. It used to be like, yeah, you gotta the white woman is top of the line, blonde hair, blue eyes, thin, right? But now you're seeing that change a little bit, right? You'll see a lot of nowadays you starting to see a mix of things, right? I've been seeing a lot of white guys with black women, believe it or not. Um, I've been seeing a lot of white guys, definitely with Asians, right? Asians and white men go together like white on rice. Asian women and Asian women and white men go together like white on rice. Inseparable. Inseparable. In freaking separable. Right? But guys like this, right? Guys like this, he can go to Thailand and clean up. Right? He can go to Thailand and clean up. And this is and truth be told, the reason why a lot of white guys are venturing overseas because they're seeing the shift towards black men and other men and things of that nature, right? And I'm not knocking it or whatever, but that's just the honest truth. They're not you know white guys are not giving they're not getting the same what's the word I'm looking for, same validity, I guess. They're not getting the same validity, as they once did, 50 years ago, right? 50 years ago, oh yeah, we like white guy, right? White guy, finance, blue eyes, right? It's always been that. And then you still have in a lot of Asian countries, a white guy can go, an average looking white guy can go in there and clean up. Can go in there and clean up. Now don't let him don't let him see a black guy in Thailand. He's gonna lose his freaking mind. I'm trying to get away from you. Now he's over here putting holes in all the Asian girls. He's gonna lose his goddamn mind. Oh my god. That's funny. How did this Negro get over here? He's gonna lose his damn mind. But yeah, so you got to realize, white guys, you also you also are fetishized. Yep. White guys, you're also fetishized. You are fetishized because you are looked at as being in the best economic and social standing in the globe, right? Y'all got to realize y'all also have a chip on your shoulder. Yep. Just like black men are looked at as being, they're sexually fetishized, you are looked at as being economically and socially fetishized, right? They don't want what you thought they just wanted white guys just because, oh, you look good, right? Not saying that y'all don't look good, you know, but you were looked at as being socially acceptable, right? You are looked at as being, oh, he can get me into a better standing, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are looked at as white is right, right? No matter if you're an ugly white dude, no matter if you're the average white dude, no matter if you're a chiseled Chad, you are looked at as being in a perfect economic. They see first and foremost, right? Especially overseas, right? If well, I mean that is changing now because now we're seeing a lot of black men go overseas now because black men are getting into a better, financial standing to be able to do those things. But traditionally, the original passport bros, most of the passport bros traditionally were white guys, right? The original passport bros were white guys and military guys, right? Military guys and mostly white guys, right? So y'all gotta understand too. Yeah, women are not chasing after you just because they're in love with you, and yeah, it's the same thing as across the board. The same thing as across the board. They want some of that economics that you got. They want some of that good old white privilege. That's what they want. That's what they want. So, yep, y'all too have a chip on y'all shoulder. And y'all have the chip of being, listen, if you are a broke white guy, oh, it's not good. It's not good. You can't be a broke white guy. Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. If you are a broke white guy, it doesn't matter if you look good or not. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. See the thing with broke black guys, the broke black guys can lay pipe in some pretty chicks, right? One night stands, the clubs, right? My like trips. Like I said, she just got married and she's on a bachelor. She's doing her bachelorette, whatever that thing is called. She's in Vegas. See, broke black dudes, they can lay down some pipe and some pretty chicks. That's the difference. But if you're a broke white guy, oh my god, oh my god, you cannot be a broke white guy because women for the most part they already look at you at being in the best economic standing. Even if you really don't even have the money, you're already being looked at like that from the very jump. From the very jump. Luke says, I'm white guy and 20 years old and not broke. I'm saving my money and proud of myself. Yeah, congrats to you. I'm not you must miss some of what I'm saying. You probably just came in, huh? Moore says they want daddy to conquer them with the cash. Pause. Pause. Not conquer. Not conquer, right? But y'all got that chip on your shoulder too, right? And also, white guys have their archetypes too, right? They have their archetypes too. Yeah, Luke, you missed it. White men are the second ones I'm talking about. White men are the second ones. I was just talking about black guys 20 minutes ago. So let's talk about some of the white guy archetypes, right? Let's talk about some of the white guy archetypes. This is Tyler right here. This is Tyler. Say hey Tyler. See, this is Tyler, right? See, Tyler can have his pick of the litter too. You know, Chisel. He can also be labeled as a Chad, but he's really a Tyler. Tyler, Tyler usually comes from, not the best background, right? Mom and dad, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, right? He grew up in the trailer parks of Oklahoma, right? He dibbled and dabbled, in drugs and stuff like that, but he can still bang some of the best top of the line women, some of the best women. See, the difference between Tyler or Pookie and Ray Ray. See, the Pookies and Ray Rays are usually just they're subjected to the Keishas and the lower totem pole chicks, right? Tyrone can sometimes venture out and bang wives on their bachelorettes every here and there. Right, he'll sometimes get a good layup with a nice blonde hair, blue eyed chick, right? Nice little Latino or whatever. But usually Tyler can clean up, to be honest with you. Moy says Sons of Anarchy. Yep. Sons of Anarchy. But yep, Tyler from the trailer parks is the equivalent to Pookie and Ray Ray in the hood, right? And they get women. Not all the time top of the line, but many times he can clean up and the good old the goody two shoe college girl definitely loves Tyler, right? If you ask any Kaylee, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. No lie. Every Kaylee before she got married was messing with a Tyler. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Every Kaylee was messing with a Tyler. Tell me I'm wrong. Y'all know I'm right. And best believe he can clean up with black women too. Black women like this archetype. Black women love the archetype. It doesn't matter if it's the white boy, the black dude, Latino. You don't see many Asian bad boy archetypes, right? But he can definitely clean up. He can definitely clean up. And what's crazy? What's crazy is a lot of many black women like they'll mess with the Pookie and Ray Ray, but then if they try to date interracially, they'll go for a guy like this. They'll go for this guy, right? They don't even date interracially to go up the food chain at all. They don't date interracially to go up the food chain. They'll usually get basically the Pookie Ray Ray equivalent on the white side. What was your point? You should have just dated Pookie. They both felons. What was the point? John says Post Malone. See, Post Malone even a real Tyler? Is he a real Tyler? Post Malone is not a real Tyler. Post Malone to me is like I don't know, like a wannabe Tyler. I don't even want to say wannabe. Is he a wannabe Tyler? I don't know. Post Malone just in his own lane, but I wouldn't call him a Tyler though. Exactly, more. Tyler grow weed in his backyard and has 3 baby mamas and an OnlyFans. Absolutely. See, you know what's crazy? Women to go crazy for this Tyler right here. Women to go crazy. Women to go crazy for this one. Women to go crazy for Tyler. And who we at? Who else we got? Who else we got? I think I'm gonna call him Josh. think I'm gonna call him Josh. This is Josh right here. Let me put it back up on the screen. This is Josh right here. See, Josh is the one he can't really clean up. He can't clean up at all. See, Josh, he usually gets, what's your name? Yep. You said John? Yeah, we're gonna talk about John. See, this is Josh. He can't clean up. See, he has to be really successful, right? He has to be really successful. He's awkward, right? He's awkward. He definitely he has his master's and PhD from Princeton, Harvard, Ivy League schools, right? He makes about $200,000 a year. He works at the tech firm, right? He's a software engineer. He doesn't have any luck with women at all. Any luck at all. Jim said Josh is putting on the act, probably not just a little. See, Josh is the one. Josh is the one who's mad at black guys, right? Josh is the one that's mad at black. Josh is the one that watch. He's the one that binge watches Black, right? That's crazy that's even a term. But Josh is the one that binge watches Black. Oh, Josh gets off. He gets off to Black. Don't let him fool you. He gets off to Black. But when he see those damn blacks in person, oh, it's another story. They're fucking all the hot blondes. They're fucking all the brunettes. Basically, John said it best right there. Josh became Elon Musk when he got money. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Josh don't really have luck. Josh don't have luck with women at all until he's about 40. But he probably Josh more than likely get leftovers. We can call him can't get right. Josh can't get right because he never will get it right. Right? He's going to continue to be socially awkward. He's A type, right? So anything a woman does, he moved in a woman one day. He was like, "No, I can't do it." She moved my spoons. She not cleaning the spoons the way I seen one spot on the spoon. She has to go. She moved my mouse. I don't like when my mouse is moved that way. I like my computer at 3 degrees and this height, right? Mm-mm. He couldn't do it. Josh had to find another A type. Yep. Josh had to find, and this is Chad right here. This is Chad right here. Chiseled jawline and everything. To the right. Now this is Chad. What they say? I want a guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. Right? That's Chad right there. Chad can clean up everything. Chad got life on Easy Street, right? Chad got life on Easy Street. He can definitely get his pick of the litter. He can get the finest blondes, he can get the finest black women, he can get the finest Latinas. He can go across the globe. He got the money for the honey, right? He can get the best working woman too, right? He can get the best top of the line escort. Like Chad can't lose. Chad can't lose, right? His dad set up a trust fund for him. John says Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Leonardo DiCaprio. That was perfect, basically. Where we at? Leonardo. Yep. Leonardo. But I don't think is Leonardo tall. I don't know how tall he is though. But yeah, That's 6'5" with the blue eyes, right? Investment banker, doctor, orthodontist, attorney, successful attorney, right? That's him, right? He only does Coca-Cola on the weekend, right? He only does Coca-Cola on the weekends when he hire his favorite girl. That's it. He does that Coca-Cola right after right on her right on her double D's. Right on her double D's. He does the Coca sniff right right on up. Yep. He only does it on the weekend, right? During the week, he's focused on the money, high stress, high pressure, right? He gets the best top of the line, right? But yeah, but see, here's the thing: the typical white guy isn't 6'5" blue eyes, right? Especially depending on your location, right? Let me show you what. And I'm in Texas, so this is what a lot of men look like down here. Let me show you. This is what a lot of guys look like down here. Wait, let's see. Right here. This guy right here on the right side. This is what a lot of white this is what a lot of white guys, especially in Texas, look like right here. Right? Now, he ain't cleaning up shit. He ain't cleaning up shit. He is who y'all what's his name? What's his name? Not Connor. He doesn't look like a Bob. We're gonna call him Bob. We're gonna call him Bob. We're gonna call him Bob. Said don't forget about Brad. We're gonna do it, Brad. But this is how the majority of white guys look, especially in Texas. Especially Tim or Bob. Yep. Tim is a good one. He definitely looks like a Tim. But for white guys who look like this, he two-time divorced, right? He got 3 kids with his first wife. The youngest with his second wife. Listen. Bob worked 13 hours a day. He worked 6 days a week. Right? He's strong as hell though. Don't shake his hand. Might break his damn hand. You thought you were strong, but now Bob gonna show you who the real man is. Right? He shake hands hard as hell. He always angry, back hurt. He got bad knees, right? He got bad knees. He had 2 surgeries, had to replace his hip, right? Kneecap gave out. Listen, that's Bob right there. But listen, Bob believes in marriage. See, Bob voted for Trump 2 times. Right? See, Sleepy Joe was never his president. Sleepy Joe was never his president. It was always Trump. That's Bob right there. Chewing dip. Chewing dip. He gets all the new guys fired. He gets he said voted for Trump 3 times, right? He voted for Trump 3 times. Actually, Bob was a part of the dang on insurrection, believe it or not. He was up there. He didn't get arrested though. He didn't get arrested. He was like, I was up there. I wish those goddamn federales would touch me. I give their ass hell. Them goddamn federales and Sleepy Joe ass Sleepy Joe ass ain't gonna touch me. I'll sue they ass to kingdom come. Best believe it. Better believe it. Yeah, that's Bob ass. But Bob ass cool as hell though, as long as you working. As long as you working. See Bob slick racist too. Bob slick racist. Man, I got a black friend. He's the I got a black friend guy. I got a black friend. Bob the type. I'm cool. I'm cool with him. I'm cool with the blacks. Just don't touch my daughter. I'm cool with the blacks. Just don't touch my daughter. See, Bob don't believe in interracial relationships either. Bob don't believe in interracial relationship. Bob like, blacks with the blacks, the Mexicans with the Mexicans, right? Mexicans with the Mexicans, the whites with the whites. That's what I was raised on. That's what I believe, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be. No interracial, no race mixing. I don't believe God ordained it to be that. I believe it is a sin right out of hell to mix races. I don't believe it. Try to use the Bible to justify why he don't believe in interracial relationships. No interracial. The blacks need to be with the blacks, the whites with the whites. I'm cool if you stay in my neighborhood. I believe we stay in a different time. I believe we stay in a different time, and I believe we can get along and be cordial in neighborhoods. But don't let me see you walking down the street with no white woman. Don't let me see you walking down the street with no white woman. You go in there mess, you go around and you can go mess with them Mexicans. You can go mess with them Mexican girls over there. But don't let me see you with no white woman. That's Bob. But Bob cool as hell. But Bob cool as hell at work though. Bob cool as hell at work. He'll throw in some little racial jokes. He'll offend you for a little bit. He'll throw in some little race jokes. Right? He'll throw in some little race. How many baby mamas you got, boy? You got to check him about that bullshit. Like, hey Bob, you better watch that bullshit now. Like we'll be throwing hands over here now, Bob. You better watch that bullshit. My bad. It's just my southern vernacular, right? My southern vernacular. Don't get offended. Why y'all black guys so soft? Why y'all black guys so goddamn sensitive? Why y'all goddamn black guys so goddamn sensitive, right? Bob cool as hell though. But see, these are the guys who can't clean up. Right? They can't clean up. Bob can't get top of the line because you got to realize blue collar guys are not looked at as, upper echelon. Right? Blue collar is very much looked at as a dirty job. A dirty job. A lot of the guys, they just, they hard line, they don't really, clean themselves up like that. They very simple, don't throw on the best clothes, right? Very, just brutal work for the most part. Right. So, these guys, they don't really have their pick of the litter. Now, Bob, you'll see him just like you'll see, some of these black guys out here. He's gonna definitely have a Slopaloposaurus for sure. Bob is gonna have a Slopaloposaurus. He's not gonna have top of the line Kaylee, right? He's not gonna have top of the line Brittany, right? He's not gonna have top of the line Katie, right? Katie and Brittany, they want 6'5" blue eyes Chad. Right. John says beard not groomed. Right. But he loves his wife to death, though. He loves her fat ass to death. See, these guys, they ain't never been overseas. They ain't never been to Thailand. They ain't never been outside of West Dam, Texas. And if you know anything about Texans, I'm gonna live and die in Texas. I'm not going out there to California. You meant California? You meant California? I'm not going out there to California. I'm not going up there to New York. They're gonna live and die in Texas. Somebody said something about the JUCO. Who said that? He said he get what from somebody repeated in the chat. He said he gets what from Hooters? I seen it scrolling down. I've seen it scrolling down somewhere. Ooh, a woman with facial hair is disgusting. Dang, do I want to put that on Bob though? Not a chick with the facial hair. Somebody said something about Hooters. He gets something from Hooters. Where Bob get the Hooters from? Oh, Moy said it. Escorts from Hooters. Yep. See, Bob always in Twin Peaks. He in Twin Peaks every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? Because like I said, his wife 300 pounds, right? He don't find her attractive. He ain't leaving Texas, right? So he get the $60 escorts, right? He get the $80 plays. Bob ain't spending more than $80. Bob told her ass, you can take it or leave it, or I go find me another girl. Bob is not spending more than $80. Right? Being Twin Peaks, Hooters, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Right? Trying to tip the waitresses, trying to get them to come back home with them. Right? Moy says, what about Bob's side of the family in Tijuana? Look, we writing up. We look, Bob is addicted to lot lizards. So y'all know exactly what I'm talking about then. Look, we're trying to build a whole storyline. We're trying to build a whole storyline for Bob. But that's Bob, though. That's Bob. He ain't never been out of West Texas, right? He drives trucks, fat wife. This is, but truth be told, I'm not even just kidding though. Well, I mean, we were kidding, but this is the typical look, much of the South, right? Much of the South, throughout Texas, right? Blue collar guy, blue collar worker, not really, the best looking, very traditional, conservative, right? By the time he's 40, 50 years old, he been married and divorced 2 times, right? Kids grown already, moved out of the state, right? But he ain't going nowhere. But this is usually the look. It's usually the look. And Bob don't know no better. He don't know. See, he's the type, he's just like, Bob is just like, many black guys, right? Don't really know his worth, haven't been out of the state, right? Never been out of the country to see how other women treat you, right? He gonna drive trucks until he die. He paid for this house in cash though. Don't get it twisted. Bob's house is paid off in full, and he's about to give it to his oldest son, right? He got a nice little 401k sitting around somewhere, right? He ain't got much money, but he got a little savings going on, house paid off and all that stuff. He bought his house back in 1990 something though, but Yep, but that's the Christian simp for you today. Yep, Bob. But we got some other guys who are Christian simps too. We got some other guys who are Christian simps. Better believe it. Better believe it. But who else we got? I think we have. Who else we got? We have. Let me see. Who we got? Brad. We got Brad. Let's see. Brad is usually. See, when we say Brad, are we talking about Beta Brad? Are we talking about Beta Brad? See, because we got a lot of Brads around here. Oh, this is a good picture. I think this will be Brad. See, Brad is the nice guy. See, more you say he has the surfer look. This is definitely the surfer look right here. That's Brad, everybody. Yep, this the cool surfer version of Chad. Yep. Now Keanu Reeves is definitely a Chad. Definitely a Chad. But this is definitely Bradley. This is Brad. This is Brad. See, Brad can get ladies, but the only reason he getting ladies is because he's overly nice. He's overly nice. But see, he can get some top of the line chicks, but they always cheat on him. Look at him. Trey says API Mind got to work early. You funny as hell though. Hey, shouts out to you, Trey. Go ahead and get some sleep. But yeah, Brad, Nick said I had no idea there was a million different types of white people. Listen, everybody ain't the same. There's different black people, there's different white people, you got different Latinos, you got the Chicanos, you got the Mexicans, you got the Guatemalans, you got the Venezuelans, you got the Dominicans, right? Everybody different. But he keep getting cheated on because he the nice guy. He's the nice guy. You said look up Keanu Reeves. Hold up. Keanu Reeves. I don't know. See, I think even his progression is like, nah, he has always been a Chad to me. I think so. Let's see. I'll share it up here. But even his progression, I mean, look at younger Keanu. He's a Chad. You got Matrix Keanu, Chad to me. And you got older Keanu, still he's an older Chad, right? He can clean up because he has that bad boy, mysterious archetype, right? Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but I mean, if you're a celebrity, you're a celebrity. You're not really judged based on who you really are, right? How many rappers are not really thugs, right? Some of these rappers they come from two-parent households, but they play the bad boy, the rapper, the thug archetype because that's what works. Yep, he said it right. Both of them very that proper introvert, mysterious kind of look, right? Even now, his whole in most of the movies I've seen him in, I mean, very mysterious, right? Very mysterious. You can't really judge a person. You don't really know which way he's gonna go. It's just something about him. Like, yeah, that draws women in right there. It draws women in. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak real quick. All right, I'm back. Had to take a little tinkle tinkle. But anyway, where we leave off. But yeah, Keanu has that mysterious look, right? Um, and I've experienced that firsthand, just being an introvert, just being, quiet, not really talkative. People really can't figure me out. Very mysterious, very, um, dark, if you will, right? The camera ain't right, is it? Oh no, I must have changed that camera. But anyway, yeah, very dark, right? But he can clean up. He is what I would consider a Chad. Definitely a Chad. Two shades of Dre. Two shades of gray. But yeah. So all in all, I mean, even today, like I was saying, most average white dudes, they can still, if they take care of themselves, they can get pretty women. They can get top of the line women. Um Now, like I said, that is changing a bit because you're having, the marketplace is swinging, you know as we see, we've all seen it, swinging more towards, black guys, or just overall the Chad archetype, the Tyrone archetype, right? So we are seeing, a change where, the average guy, average white guy especially, doesn't clean up as well as he used to. But today, like, especially if he goes for other races of women, if the average white guy goes for the average, I mean, not the average, if the average white guy goes for, you know, the other races of women, especially, then he can clean up. He can clean up. So it's definitely, like I said, y'all have history on y'all side. Y'all have colonialism on y'all side. So, in many countries y'all can go to, right? Latin countries, Asian countries, and y'all can clean up. What you got to understand that is, you are fetishized for, history, right? You're fetishized for being white, right? You're fetishized for being in an economic and good social standing as a collective, right? So black guys are fetishized sexually, right? For, genetic reasons, usually being, tall, usually being, more dominant, right? In bed, especially, a lot of people will say, black guys have like this swagger to them, right? Or, certain level of aggression that women want to experience. So yeah, we're all fetishized. We're all fetishized. So who we have next? Who we have next? I guess we're gonna go with the Latinos, right? I guess we're gonna go with the Latinos. So I guess first, let's talk about the cholos. Right? Let's talk about the cholos. Now, this is okay, so I don't really know much of, like, because everybody different, right? Everybody different. So the Venezuelans are not like the Mexicans, right? The Mexicans are not like the Dominicans. The Dominicans are not like the Brazilians, right? They aren't. So typically, most of what I know is of, Mexican culture, right? Because I'm in Texas around a bunch of Mexicans, right? Or even when I was in Georgia, most of the people that I've came across, they were either, I mean, usually just Mexican, right? So you don't really meet like in America, you don't really meet like others. Um, I mean, I've met some Guatemalans, in the Northeast, the Dominicans are up that way. I met plenty Puerto Ricans, right? So even Latinos have, their own They own little thing. They own little thing. Asher said, "What city?" I'm in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, right? So what we have here, cholos are basically the Tyrone or the Tylers of the Latinos. They are the Tyrones. They are the Tyrones and the Tylers, right? Of the cholos, right? And they're not dating. They're not dating. The prissy Mexican chicks, right? They usually stick to their own, right? You don't see many cholos and Chicanos marrying outside, right? You don't see that happening. And best believe they be having some bad Mexican chicks, right? They be having some bad Mexican chicks, right? Jose, Hector, right? They have some bad Mexican chicks, like Shorty right here. Right? They be having some bad cholo Mexican chicks for sure. I've seen some bad cholo chicks, right? They don't date. Listen, Mexicans for sure probably, I would say they probably date out the least, right? They probably date out the least. I would put them alongside the Asians, right? I'll put them along. Well, not Asian women. Asian women they date white men a lot. Asian women go for white men a lot, but you said cholo is technically a gang bang. Blah. I'm tongue twisting my words. Chicano is a Mexican American, but a cholo is technically a gang banger. Okay, clarify that one. Said, bro, take that chick away from an essay, and that dude might retaliate quick. Yeah, but you see, usually these kind of women, they're not going for anybody else, right? They're not going for anybody else. They'll they may cross hands with the blacks, but those girls are not going for blacks. Nope, not at all. Right? They don't mess with the white boys. Nope, not them. Not them. They real. They out there for real. They don't. They believe in that tradition. Mm-mm. Nope. Those women, the Cholo woman. Nope. Chicano woman. Both. They don't mess with the black men. Nope. They listen. If they do, it's a secret. It's a secret. She fucked a black dude. Maybe at a party or something like that. At a party, it was a one-time thing, right? But let them find out though. Oh, let them find out. Oh, they got to get rid of it. They got to get rid of essay right there. They got to get rid of her. Carlos. Yep. Carlos. But see, you'll find more of them you'll find them in Houston, right? But more so California though, right? More so California. And they only deal with their own. Only, right? They don't believe in intertwining, with the whites. They don't believe in intertwining with the whites, definitely not the blacks, right? Definitely not. They the real they believe they the real deal Mexicans, right? Even though, kind of that culture derived from, uh America, right? That culture derived in, South LA for the most part. But yeah. Let's see who else we have here. Who else we have? See, then you have the tech you got the Tex Mexicans, right? You got the Tex Mexicans. See the Tex Mexicans, they've these are the assimilated Mexicans. These are the assimilated Mexicans. right? These are the, let's pull up a good picture. Let's see. These are the assimilated Mexicans. See, the thing about Mexicans, the Mexican guys, they usually have they see Mexicans for the most part. See, Tex Mexicans, they'll date out, right? That exactly. Exactly. You took the word right out of my mouth. Tex Mexicans are the Latino Bobs. They're the Latino Bobs, basically. They are. They're the Latino Bobs. And here's a prime example. Here's a prime example. There definitely are. That's crazy that he said that. Dang, I can't find a good picture. Dang, what's a good picture? Let's see. Let me find a good picture that really shows. I think this is a good one. No, this is a good one right here. Yep, that's a good one. Okay, let's see. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, these are the Tex Mexicans. These are the Tex Mexicans. Said for the silly boys that say Mexican and Tex Mexican aren't the same. Of course, that's true. Those are two different. Oh, completely. When I moved out here, I was confused about what Tex Mex was. I was like, what do y'all mean Tex Mex? What is Tex Mex? But I do not prefer Tex Mex over actual Mexican. Mexican food is the best. But Tex Mexican, I don't know what that is. Yep, John Fernando, right? That's definitely a Fernando. These are the Mexican Bobs, right? These are the Mexican Bobs, and guess who they date? Fernando, he doesn't really venture out too. He doesn't really venture out. He's just like Bob. He just like Bob. See the white guys and the black guys, depending on which ones you're talking about. See, they venture out a little bit, right? They'll intertwine, they'll date interracially and things like that. But Fernando don't date interracially, right? For the most part, he doesn't speak that good of English either. He doesn't speak that good of English, right? He been over here 20 years. He just got his legal paperwork, right? And he been with the same gordita for 20 years. He been with the same gordita for 20 years. the same tortas for 20 years, right? And they not getting a divorce. They not. Now, if you see most Tex Mexican, I'm not talking about these new age Tex Mexicans, right? See the new age Tex Mexicans, they have some, they girls be looking a little good, right? They girls be looking a little good, right? Latinos traditionally don't believe in divorce, absolutely. Even though y'all really be divorced, y'all don't get divorced. Y'all really be divorced already, right? He actually divorced her big ass 15 years ago. He just still, they still go to church and all that stuff. They still raise the kids and all that. But Fernando, he kind of do his own thing. Yeah, Fernando, he go down there to Harry Himes every weekend, right? He be at Ojos Locos. He be at Ojos Locos messing with the fine little Mexican chicks in there. Right? Nick says divorce shouldn't even be a thing that ruins. Yeah, but I mean, in America, it's just it is what it is. But yeah, he's down there, Harry Hines, picking up some chicks for about $120. Right? He get drunk every listen. They drink on the job and drink after work and drink on the weekends. That's all they know is drink. They liver don't know what water is. Their kidneys don't know what water is. All they know is tequila. All they know is tequila, and Modelo's. Said facts. My father was like that. He just did the movements for his children, but he was checked out a long time ago. Yeah, they really just be divorced. I mean, they just like everybody else. The difference between white women and black women though is that they go and get that paper. They don't care. They go and get that paperwork done. They go and get to the attorney. Yeah, they go ahead and do it. But like you said, Hispanic families are more traditional, right? Real traditional, right? And they don't believe in divorce, even if they already divorced, mentally, emotionally, physically, really, right? They just stay married just because. Oh, bro, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen them picking up packs of Modelo's, in the morning time. Here in Texas, you can sell alcohol, I think, right when the morning hits. Right when the morning hits. I think around anywhere between I think it's about 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Yep. Yeah, they drink a lot, but that's Fernando though. All he gets is gorditas. See, he messed with some little things on the side. See, the thing about Fernando is he has another family on the other side of Texas. He has another family on the other side of Texas, right? See, Hispanic men don't get talked about a lot in the conversation, right? Unless you talking to other, Mexican women or anything like that. But listen, we got to call a spade a spade. I've seen personally. Listen, when I was in the military, right? When I was in the military, I was talking to this fine Mexican chick. And I've told this story before. I was talking to this fine Mexican chick, and she was one of the baddest, chicks there. Nice, curvy, thick, right? And what the thing that I noticed is a lot of the Latino men were hating on me. A lot of the Latino men were hating on me. I know. They seen a Latina chick with a black dude. They were like, "How could she?" And all this. Look at the black dude. He taking our girl, right? He taking our chick. And I remember this one Mexican dude. He basically tried to sabotage me, man. He basically tried to sabotage me, right? Because he really wanted her. He really wanted her, but she wasn't choosing him, right? But I see a lot of Latino men you know be hating on the slick. Not gonna lie. If you even talking to a Latina chick, they be mad. They definitely be mad, especially the Mexicans. Oh, Fernando don't play. He Fernando, you talking to a Latina chick and you ain't Latino or white, he's just gonna sit there and stare at you. He's just gonna sit there. He's just gonna sit there and stare at you. Mayeta. Mayeta. That's all he gonna say. Ah, pinche Mayeta. But yeah. See, the thing is about the see in conversation, the Latinos really don't come up. Moore says, "What's the most awkward interaction you have had with a Latino?" Um, I've had plenty of those, but I think for the most part, if you know anything about Latinos, I mean, definitely, Mexicans for sure. They are overly macho, right? They are overly macho, right? And I'm a big guy, right? 6'1", muscled up, right? And most Latino men are not, even reaching those heights. So, they kind of feel like they kind of gotta like out man you, right? They gotta out masculine you, right? They gotta out tough you, right? So they'll maneuver in a way like I'm tougher than you. I don't care if I don't care if you 6'1". I don't care, you muscled up, right? I don't, they'll just, do little weird stuff and stuff like that. They'll do like little weird stuff. And for the most part, I get that just from men in general. Say I show a video of an overly macho Latino. Does it leave Eric alone after pill? Who's Eric? Who's Eric? But a video, I don't know. I don't think I have a video. I don't think I have. Yeah, machismo. Yeah, they very like, hardcore, masculine, especially a lot of them, they're in blue collar and construction and all that stuff. So, they kind of feel like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Who the hell is Eric? Basically what $500 fine said, machismo, basically. Like machismo. Luke says, love your videos. That's a pill. I appreciate it. You said they hate on you. I mean, it is what it is. Macho means mean and angry. Yeah, a lot of them carry themselves like very, they carry themselves very mean, very angry. It's like they're, just trying to, that's how they are. Just, like with me, like I don't flex my muscle, right? I don't be trying to shoulder check people. I don't be trying to, right? I know I'm a big guy. I know I can do some damage, but I don't just, go around trying to, flex. Little man syndrome, basically. Little man syndrome. But they definitely will spend some money though. They definitely will spend some money. And that's one thing I've heard about Latinos. Like they are very see Latinos, women will date you because you're very traditional, right? Yep, Napoleon complex. So Latino man, you'll get dated because you're very traditional. You're looked at as, oh, he's family oriented, they're very traditional. Latino men are also looked at as, good lovers as far as, emotionally, towards women, right? Looked at as, provider males, right? Because one thing about Latino men, they love to provide. They love to provide. When they go out, they spend money. Latino men spend money, right? If you've ever been to the bars with Latino men, or you've been out with Latino men, oh, they listen, even if they don't got it, they showing it like they got it. So they're tipping, right? They're ordering drinks. Like, you want a drink? You want a drink? Right? They're ordering drinks, right? They spend some paper. When servers see Latino men coming, right? Especially if you're talking about like, bars where women work in and stuff like that. Uh like, you're talking about Hooters or Twin Peaks or any of those type, Ojos Locos, things like that. Oh, the Latino men spending some money. They are spending some money. So women would definitely date Latino men for those reasons alone. They know he gonna go to work, right? You don't see, maybe in the new generation, but you don't see too many Latino men, like, really complaining about work like that. They're gonna go to work. They are gonna go to work. They're gonna listen. It don't matter what they doing. Construction. They can be holding the damn sign, the stop sign. They're gonna go to work. Construction job, right? And then another thing about, see, with a lot of Latina women or Latinas, right? They don't really view like white collar work as masculine, right? They don't view white collar work as masculine. So a lot of Latino men don't even go into white collar, right? They don't even go into white collar because the women, like I said, like, just like when I was talking about with the black men, when we talk about the rapper archetype, the thug archetype, the bad boy archetype, the street archetype. I said the women really controls the narrative, right? So just the same with Latino men, they don't view white collar as, masculine. So a lot of Latino men, they don't even go out to search for, white collar jobs. They usually don't go and get higher degrees or anything like that, because in their culture, blue collar is deemed as masculine. So a lot of Latino men, they stick to the blue collar work. Yep, this is what I mean. Latino women still into working class men, and white chicks like white collar men. Exactly. So you really don't see too many Latino men with other women, right? You'll see it here and there, depending on what region that Latino man is from. But you won't see too many Latino men dating out. They stick to their gorditas. They stick to their tortas, right? They stick to their tortas. Mo said, "When I hit the club, I do be spending like I got it." Said, "Dang, I never thought about myself like that, bro. It's low key, right?" But yeah, Latino men, they stick to blue collar work. They workaholics now. Latinos are some of the most hardest working people, definitely. And I've said that my whole life. Latino men are definitely some hard workers. Some hard workers. They'll work sun up to sundown for sure. But but at the end of it all, they will drink like it's no tomorrow, and they will spend some money. They will spend some money. But like I said, you don't see too many Latino men like really dating out, right? If you see, I don't really see Latino men with white women like that. Not really. Um, I don't see too many Latino men with black women. Definitely not Asian women. Um, yeah, but the thing is, you'll see more Latina women with all the other stuff. Like out here in Texas, oh, you'll see plenty of Latino women with black dudes. Plenty. Plenty. And you'll also see a lot of, Latino women, with white dudes too. And some of the Gen Z Latinos, they'll date like white women. They'll date the white girls. But if you're talking about millennial Latinos, like traditional Latinos, they'll usually stick to, they gorditas. Definitely. Definitely. Ashley says, after we broke up, she almost died from a rupture. Oh, I guess y'all having a separate conversation. Yamil Estrada, I'm Puerto Rican and the furthest I've dated is Dominican. Yamil, are you a male? Are you a male? Don't beat me up now. I'm just asking. Yamil, it sounds like a girl. It sounds like a girl. Why you laughing, Nick? Nick just in here laughing. I'm waiting on Yamil to respond. Are you a male or female? Make? Oh, male. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, most Latino males, yeah. See, that's funny because who said that? Said I'm Puerto Rican and the furthest I've dated out is Dominican. You know what's funny is the Puerto Rican guy that I was dating. I said Puerto Rican guy that I was dating. Pause, no Diddy. Hold up. Hey, yo, what? What did I just say? I said a Puerto Rican. Hold up, pause. I'm not even gonna entertain that. That was a mistake. It's getting late. But anyway, I met Puerto Rican guy I was working with, right? The Puerto Rican guy I was working with. Um, he doesn't even date. He doesn't even date other Puerto Ricans, right? He liked Dominican women. He liked Dominican women. So he always said I never like because Puerto Rican women lean towards, lighter shade, right? Right? Lighter skin, light skin. Puerto Ricans are usually light skin, right? And Dominicans are usually known to be darker shade. See, Dominicans, I mean Puerto Ricans too. I've seen whole pictures of like a Puerto Rican family, and you'll have light to dark and all that stuff. Same with the Dominicans. You can have a whole family, dad be super dark skinned, but mom is like, on the paler side, and the family's just mixed, right? But the Puerto Rican guy, I knew he said, he didn't like other Puerto Rican women, right? He didn't like lighter skin, Puerto Ricans. He said he liked that chocolate. He said he liked that chocolate. And yeah, like you said, vice versa. Some of the Dominican women, they like the Puerto Rican guys. But yeah, Latino men don't usually come up in conversations though. In a relationship, questions and stuff like that. Because they usually just stick to, other, Latino women for the most part. But the only caveat to that is the Latinas don't stick with just them. So you like that 90% core, yep. But the Latina women don't usually just stick with them. And I know that for sure. I know that for sure. Right. Some of my most serious relationships were Latinas. And especially when I was in a relation, when I was in the military, When I was in the military, that's all really I had was Latinas. One of the first girls Mexican, the other girl was Puerto Rican. I only think I only messed with one black girl when I was in the military. One black girl. So Latinas definitely will date out for sure. They will date out. Said tap out here still in Latinas. Listen, if y'all know anything about Latinas, let's call a spade a spade. Latinas definitely love black guys. Latinas love black guys. Latinas love black guys. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, you got to realize most Latin countries are mixed anyway, right? Most Latin countries are a mix of all, mulattoes, morenos, right? That tap stop the cap. Latinos are super patriotic and we get no love. Listen, I be showing love. I don't know about everybody else, but Latinos are definitely super patriotic though too. But most Latin countries, when we talk about Colombia, Colombia has African heritage. Then in Colombia, most of the people are mixed, right? When you talk about Venezuela, same thing. Many Venezuelans are dark skinned. When you talk about Brazil, when you talk about where else? Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Even some. Mexico has their own history as well, but for the most part, Mexicans are usually uh mestizo. Who else? I mean, much of Latin America is mixed, huh? What Astro talking about? Tried white, black Latina, proper lips to lips. I don't know what are you talking about. Only P I can truly face first in is the Latino. Rest just I don't know weren't quite the same deep dive. What are y'all talking about? Oh, you saying you tried? Basically, you saying you tried white, black, Latina. I get what you're saying. Let's see if we can find let's see if we can find a Gen Z dang on Mexican American because they're definitely different nowadays. Now this is what the Gen Z Mexicans look like now, even in Texas. This is what they look like now. See, this is Gen Z Mexican, Gen Z Latino. Yep, Selena Gomez is Mexican, but this is the new age. This is Latinx or whatever. This is Latinx. They look like a gay grandpa. But this is how they look out here now. That is how they look out here now. They're very, I see a lot of them, very, very urban. Or how about this? This is Gen Z. This is Gen Z Mexicans now. Gen Z Latinos. That's a complete difference between Hector and them. Nah, I said not so much macho looking. Yep, that's how they look now. Very what's the term? What's the term for that? The certain kind of look. Is it not Hector? Is it Hector? What's the term? Oh, I'm thinking of it. They wear their hair a certain way. Man, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. What's the term for it? So I'm Gen Z and I can't stand most of my generation. Dang, what's the is it a Hector? Edgar. There we go. It's Edgar. Yeah, they're mostly Gen Z is mostly Edgars and stuff like that. Yep. There we go. Edgar. Yep, that's exactly how they look. More urban, less traditional. See the Eggers, they'll date a black girl. Eggers will date the younger Gen Z Eggers, they'll date black girls. Said those aren't Latinos. I can't vouch for them. Uh, Said those kids are from Pakistan. Metrosexual. But yep, those are Eggers. But Eggers will date white girls. They'll date black girls. I've seen Eggers with black girls. He definitely plays Fortnite. But yeah. And Edgar really don't like blue collar either. His uncles all work construction. His dad work construction, right? Edgar really don't know what he want to do. He get picked on when he want to go to college, right? He want to go and get an associate's in something, but everybody be picking on him. Like Edgar, we don't do that around here, Edgar. All of us are in blue collar. You must work blue collar, Edgar. Edgar really don't want to be out there. Edgar be like, bro, it's hot out here, right? My muscles hurt. My muscles hurt, right? I'm tired of being out here. Edgar is the one that started questioning everything. He like, bro, y'all been doing this for 20 years. 20 years. Edgar ain't trying to do that construction shit. Y'all got Edgar fucked up. Y'all got Edgar messed up. Edgar is not finna be out there building no houses. Edgar is not about to see see his mom said, well, Edgar, what do you think about being an electrician, right? Just go and be an electrician. You don't have to be a construction worker like your father, right? You don't have to be like your uncles. What do you think about electrician? Go to electrician. See, Edgar, he may go see Edgar, he'll either go be a truck driver, right? He'll go get his CDL. His daddy gonna pay for the CDL, right? His dad gonna pay for the CDL, or he's gonna go be some kind of electrician or something. See, Edgar, he's gonna be the first one in the family to actually get licensed in something. See, Edgar gonna have a proper license, right? Edgar's the first one to have a proper license. So after Edgar get his license, he gonna be trying to tell Papa, how to work and how to do out there. Look, Papa gonna no, Papa gonna tell him off like, boy, I've been doing this 20 years. Edgar, I've been doing this 20 years, Edgar. You don't come back and tell me. You don't come back and tell me how to do this. I was doing this before your mom popped you out. Mijo, come here. Mijo, See, Papa Ben, he was already twisting wires, getting electrocuted, and putting that through. See, Papa didn't have a license. See, the construction, the site manager was like, "Hey, Jose, uh, you know how to crimp wires, and yeah, I know how to do it. Okay, good. We don't have to hire electrician. Yes. And you definitely know the site manager white, so he trying to get as much out of them as possible, right? He not trying to hire like actual electrician. Jose can do it. Jose been doing it 20 years without a license, but Edgar the first one to get a license though, for sure. He got picked on for trying to go to school, so he had to do something. He had to do something. He drive the UPS trucks too. Got a CDL. He started off with the Amazon trucks. So I do web design. Listen, listen. Everybody got their tropes. Everybody got their tropes. I'm guessing we missing the Asian guys, but we're gonna skip them for now. I guess we'll do Asian guys another time. I've been on here long enough. Been on here long enough. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. This definitely was a fun and good episode. I feel like more people need to break the ice and everything. People scared to talk about, people scared to talk about race. People scared to talk about, just scared to break the ice, talk about people's differences and stuff like that. I think differences is what brings us together, right? But everybody has their thing. Like I said, all of us are men, so we are expected, depending on our backgrounds, women expect different things from us, right? So if you black, you know what comes with that. You know that, hey, many women, have a sexual fetish for black guys. If you white, you know that, hey, a lot of women have a, fetish or look at you as, economic and socially, acceptable, right? If you Latino, right, you looked at as, listen, a lot of Latinos are, they trick off some money too now. A lot of Latinos trick off some money. So a lot of Latino men are looked at as some spenders, you know, big spenders, right? They know they're gonna tip, right? They know they're gonna be providers, more traditional. So everybody has their thing. Oh, everybody has a Glocktavius, right? Everybody has a Glocktavius. You got Tyler, you got Glocktavius, Pookie Ray Ray, right? Then you got the Cholos, Chicanos. I've seen some bad. Oh, for sure, Migo, for sure. I've seen some like some. What are you doing with that guy? You need to be over here. But yeah, for sure. White crystal eyed and platinum blonde. Of course, they seek the contrast, twist, and appreciate the experience for what it is. Yep, yep. White women do for sure. They love that contrast. They want to experience it, right? Right. So it's a lot that goes into that. It's a lot that goes into that. But definitely, I think for the most part, I think uh black men and white women marry out the most. But I'm not sure. I think white men also are marrying out at higher rates too, or dating out at higher rates too. So, like I said, I've seen a lot of white men as of late with Asian women or Latina women, Latinas. Um, One says, do Asians not have Glock tape? I don't know. It depends on what region we're talking about. I've seen some Asian gangsters. See, on the West Coast, if anybody in here from California, you'll see I think my phone just went dead over there. But you'll see a lot of you'll see a lot of Korean, tatted up Korean gangsters. I've even seen some Korean Bloods and Crips and stuff like that. So you'll see stuff like that. As far as the homeland, I think you'll find them more like in Thailand, Philippines for sure. Got some gangsters over there. Parts of China, right? So yeah, everybody got some Octavius, everybody. But anyway, it's been nice chilling with y'all. Um, it was a good episode. Make sure you catch the replay if you didn't catch it. If you didn't catch the replay, go and watch the replay. This was a good episode, so watch it on the replay. And I'll definitely see y'all in the next video. Peace.